Yeah, no respect in every aspect to the man like Mark. They love how the man talk on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, radio. Call that the radio, radio. You call that radio, radio. Call that the radio, radio. Come and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio, radio. You call that radio, radio.
Good evening. This is you call that radio. We're live. We're about to go live to Ayrshire for Marianne Mandy, who is from Kenya, who makes some absolutely amazing Afro pop, soul music, and has came to Ayrshire and is in the middle of lockdown, or I think just before lockdown began. So it's an amazing journey she's been on, so I'm really excited to chat with her about it. Just before I bring her on, I want to give a wee shout out to the podcast that we just released today, because I know that we call this a podcast. Everybody calls everything a podcast these days, but it's not. It's a vodcast or a hing. So they're a real podcast. I know that some of our Patreons that support the show have been asking if they could, for me to do more of the audio podcast so that you can listen on Apple and Spotify and stuff like that. So one of the most requested shows, a classic from You Call That Radio TV, was Bobby the Barman, aka Gavin Mitchell. So that went up today, so it's available on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, Google, all that stuff. It's a really fascinating interview. It was quite early on in lockdown it happened as well, but everything Gavin says is still true to this day. We talk about politics, we talk about acting, comedy, how he inducted David Bowie into the Hall of Fame at the Barrowlands. Some amazing stories to be told, and also you can hear me struggling with technology. And shout outs to Murphy, who's fixed the sound quality for me. So check that out after this though, because right now it's an absolute honour to welcome Marianne Mandy. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing great.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us on You Call That Radio TV from Kenya.
Thank you for having me.
From Kenya
Thank
to
you for
Ayrshire.
having me.
So the first question's got to be, why? How did that happen? From Kenya to Ayrshire? Can you please explain?
No, so for a long time in my adult life, I had this big attraction to Scotland, and I kept feeling like, oh, that's where all the musicians are having the real fun, you know? That's where all the fun is happening. That's where all the good music is. And for some strange reason, every time I fell in love with a musician and I tried to check where they were from, it just happened to be Scotland. And one day I just said to my parents, I was like, I want to move. I want to be in Scotland because that's where something is drawing me to it. And in 2019, in August, I packed my bags and I moved to Scotland. And then a few months later, the lockdown happened. So, so that's it.
Interesting timing, because obviously it's great that you're a fan of Scottish musicians and stuff, and you're not far from Glasgow. You're in Ayrshire just now, and Glasgow is a thriving scene. You know, I love it. I've never wanted to live anywhere else since I moved here, and it's like, I suppose you've got bigger cities like London, but London's just a bit too big. If you know what I mean, when Glasgow's just a nice size and there's lots of stuff going on. So I'm excited so you've not actually been to a gig yet in Glasgow?
I've attended, just when I moved here, I attended gigs for some of my friends, but I've not been on stage, and that's the one thing I'm looking forward to. I can't wait. I can't wait to meet other musicians from Glasgow. I'm so excited. I'm just waiting for all this lockdown to happen, because this is what I came here for.
Yes, and it looks like we're not far away now. The announcement today is
Fingers
I
crossed.
believe that I think, and it sounded like cinemas, comedy clubs, theatres and venues can have up to 100 people. I believe it's still socially distanced, but that means that kind of opens up the door to have some sort of music, maybe more. I'm thinking about maybe putting a gig on for You Call That Radio and maybe just having a few musicians maybe doing some acoustic stuff, and we can all
that would be so cool.
Just having a seat, because like I don't want to book a big rocking band and then everybody goes down the mosh pit and starts hugging each other. Oh, I do want that, but I don't want to get the venue into trouble. So we'll maybe do it. Hopefully, we'll see what happens next week. But it looks like there is.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool. You should definitely do that.
Do you have an acoustic setup or a backing track setup that you could do if we did manage to do that? We could maybe make that happen.
Yeah, I have something, but not at the moment. But I could organize something too.
That. So have you had a chance to jam with any musicians yet?
Yeah, a lot. A couple of local acts here and there, but nothing too big. I'm looking forward to. I'm not gonna say name drop or anything, but I'm looking forward to.
Did you say name
I'm excited
drop?
about a few collaborations.
You said name
No,
drop?
I'm excited. I'm not allowed to
name drop.
You call that radio?
So you're not going to name drop, no?
Sadly, no, I'm not allowed to. But I'm excited. I'm just gonna start small. I'm excited about a couple of people I'm working with. We haven't really started, but it's in the talks. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it will be this year. I don't know if it will be next year. But when it happens, you'll know.
I'll know. Let's see who's tuned in. We've got Jay Lee locked on. Can't wait for this. Should be a good one. That's Jay Lee, part of CCTV, an amazing hip hop duo. We've got Colette. Hi, folks. Keep safe, love, baby doll. Hello, Colette.
Oh.
Petra says, Troops. Looking forward to this one. We've got Mark McInnes in the house. Good evening, Mark. And we've got Ali saying, hey, kittens, this is going to be good. Jay Lee loving CCTV as well. And Ali says, welcome to Scotland, Marianne Mandy. You're in safe hands.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Ali.
It's just around the corner. I think it's referring to Glasgow to Ayrshire. Not so much Kenya to Ayrshire. And James says, no hugs on parks or pubs just yet. Nope, not yet, but it's coming soon. The hugs are coming. So, what's it like in Ayrshire? What's your first thoughts of Ayrshire?
About the place, I think.
Yes, the place.
It's beautiful. It looks exactly like the calendars I used to see when I was a child. There used to be we used to get these calendars, and they'd have pictures of different places in the world. And there's always pictures of Scotland, and Ayrshire looks exactly like the calendars I used to get when I was small. So accurate. It's pretty beautiful.
Brilliant. I'm glad. I mean, having lived in Ayrshire myself, there's not a lot happening in Ayrshire, and I would imagine there's even less because, well, at least when I lived in Ayrshire, you could go to the pub and get a haircut. So I imagine there's not been much happening, really. Not been much things going on.
You could go to the pub and get a haircut?
Yes, well, no.
That's what you say.
Yes, yeah, no, there's a comma. I just speak a bit fast. Yeah, no, you go to the pub and get a haircut. Not at the same time, although I have got to say that our good friend who sadly passed away, Billy the Barber, he used to cut hairs on the flare, cutting hair on the dance flare. So if you went to a nightclub and Billy the Barber was there, he would give you a haircut while the dance music, the techno played. So, shout outs to Billy the Barber. Yep, he used to do it at the Loch Lomond boat party. So got to
that
give
is
him
interesting.
yeah,
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Well, what I'm going to do just now is just because we've got some new viewers that might not know your music. So I think what we'll maybe do is we'll start with the new single. So if you want to tell us a little bit about the new single, and then we can play that, and then let people introduce them to Marianne Mandy for the first time.
Oh my God. My new single is called Hakuna Matata, which I'm a Swahili speaker. I come from a beautiful country in East Africa called Kenya. And in Kenya, we speak Swahili. And Hakuna Matata means no worries, no stress, no problem. Like just, we usually say it in a way to mean like relax, like Hakuna Matata. Okay?
Chill out,
yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
And the inspiration for this song for me is, so it's the biggest topic of the song is marijuana. I don't know what you guys call it here. In Kenya, we call it bang.
Bang?
In Kenya, B-H-A-N-G.
Oh, bang.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. That's some banging gear. Sometimes people say that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hash, weed.
Hash. Yeah, that's what I've had here. So in Kenya, it's illegal. And my inspiration for the song was stories that were constant in the headlines about women being busted for selling hash. Old women in their 60s, in their 70s, and it was a constant headline, like a story. You won't go 2 months without seeing a headline about some old woman getting arrested for.
And what would happen to the old women when they got arrested? What would happen? Did they go to jail?
Yeah, or pay a fine, or just for a couple of days. But for me, because I understand how tough that economy in Kenya is, it touched me because I was like, these are people who are that's someone's mother, that's someone's sister, that's someone's auntie, that's someone's daughter, whose dignity has been left in shambles, just so that the media can catch the hottest story to embarrass this. It didn't have to end up like that, and it's not situations they want to be in. It's situations they've been forced to go that direction because they're unable to get employment. They're unable to.
So they're being punished twice. So because of their poverty, they're forced in their 60s to be selling a bit of weed, and then they're punished punished again by the media, who then report on the story to embarrass them. Yes,
the media and the government as well. It's the government's punishing them as well because I think I have the statistics on the description on my YouTube, but a high percentage of Kenya's economy is highly reliant on agriculture, and the government over the years has not improved or updated farming methods, and they've grabbed lands, and so people are not able to rely on what they used to rely on, like just their small farm at the back growing their food and their vegetables, and so they turn to growing illegal crops in a pot in their house, right?
So
and that's the inspiration of the
song. It says here 70% of Kenya's population make their living through agriculture. However, factors such as toxic culture have excluded Kenyan women from ownership of land or inheritance of land. So yeah, so when the media do a story on that, what's the public perception of that? Because what tends to happen is, I know in Britain that if someone in their 60s was to get done for selling a bit of weed, especially a female, the media would probably be more sympathetic because they know that people in Scotland, I mean, it's still illegal in Scotland, but as the years go by, you know, that everyone who grew up smoking weed in the 60s is now of a certain age. So it's not really frowned upon the way it used to be.
So the perception with the public is it's torn. It's a lot of people who, and I was very careful because I'm afraid of starting something that I don't know how big it is. I don't want to cross anybody's government. I'll put that clear. But the perception...
You're on the right show for that. We would never do that.
The perception back home is very torn. So anytime there's a headline like that, you'll see comments, like I've linked some examples in my YouTube description. You'll see comments just saying, make it legal, all those things. So it's torn. And there's other people who are like, oh my God, how dare they do this? They're such horrible people. But for me, what angers me is someone thinking that this would be a good headline or a good clickbait at the risk of someone's dignity. And it angers me. That's the thing. The perception is torn generally. That's what I'd say. It's kind of like a 50-50. It's hard to know. I should look for a poll on that.
We'll start a poll. But let's listen to the song. It's an amazing song, and I wasn't aware of that background story to it either. I just loved the song, and the animation is amazing. How
the animation.
Who did the animation?
So I came across. I was just scrolling on Instagram because I love to do that, and I love to see other artists in different backgrounds. I like to see graphic designers doing their things. And you know what I love? I love spray painting, and I don't know how people do that with just a kind of spray paint and all of that. And I came across this girl. Her name is Diana Mwangi. She's a Kenyan artist who I came across her work on another celebrity's page. She had done this Kenyan celebrities page. She had done this cool animation, just a short 15-second clip, and I was like, this is really, really cool. And I immediately just sent her a DM, and I was like, listen, I have this song. This is my vision, and I think you're the person I should work with. So I've never met Diana. I don't know how she looks, but she delivered my vision 100%. I just sent her the song. We had a phone call. Like, I think me and Diana have spoken on the phone like 3 times in total. Asked her for her fee. Didn't even bargain because her work is so good. And that was it.
Yes. It's amazing. It's proper amazing stuff. Let us know in the comments what you make of it. This is Hakuna Matata by Marianne Mandy.
Hakuna Matata, Ricky on the beat, so we set them a fire. Yo, you don't know, you know, I wanna fire on them straight every day, you know, outside.
Look around, my darling, the world is getting bleaker. Now the ends are burning, the bloods are getting clear. She will cast me out. Don't be shy, my love. I inhale your trust and exhale my doubt. I'm in a floating spa with a puff massage me now. Keep too calm. See the burdens lighter, the troubles lighter. Drinks and boys will break my heart, but you will mend my soul. Thank God for the tree in the air. No crime, I'm no millionaire. No stress when the government cheap. When man bring fist thank God for the tree in the air. No crime, I'm no millionaire. No stress when the government cheap. When man bring fist Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
Brothers and sisters, may the peace that can only come from the one God be upon you. We are here to tell the people that we hear you. One God will not allow us as people of conscience to lose our morale.
Powered by our patrons. I should call that Radio TV. We're live with Marianne Mandy. That was absolutely amazing. Gets better every time I see it, and it's also great to hear the background to that song as well. Got some nice comments coming in. Kirstine Jack's on Facebook. She says, love it.
Oh, nice.
We've got Mark McInnes on YouTube saying, loving this cracking tune.
Wow.
So cool, says Mary.
Oh.
Polio Leo says that song is Sukasana. Misukasana.
I think he meant Missouri Sana. Thank you. It's very good.
What does that mean?
It means it's very good.
Very good. Amazing.
Yeah.
It's Ali saying it's nice to share cultural stories, language, etc. Also, great tune.
Oh, thank you, Ali.
Jay Lee says, amazing tune, that was class. And
nice, thank you.
Swahili slang. Very, very ghost. Very ghost. And loving this song goes well with the animation.
Thank you. Thank you, Angela.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I think it was saying that, I don't know, Mizuka means ghost.
Ghost?
Very ghost.
Oh! I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't know that.
So you speak Swahili. Is it true that Kenya speaks 68 languages?
Yes.
Wow.
That's true. That's true.
Is it like could you understand all the different languages? Is it like, and in Scotland you get different accents depending on how far up you get.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So would you be able to understand enough of it, or is it like completely different in different parts of the country?
So when we say there is 68 languages, there is 68 different cultures inside that one country. Personally, I speak 3 languages, and my culture I come from a culture called the Luo community, and so we speak the Luo, and there's other 67 more apart from mine. Does that make sense? I hope I'm properly explaining it. But
yeah,
that's what it was. So, but if someone speaks to me and they come from a specific part of the country, like Luos are mostly based in the western part of Kenya. So if I met someone from the northeastern part of Kenya, I'd be able to recognize their accent and even maybe identify which of the 68 languages they speak just by their accent. So, yeah.
Amazing stuff. Got comments coming in. Big love from James Stewart. Lou Rogerson saying, I enjoyed bopping away to this. And Paul Lilo back saying Tanzanian slang maybe.
Tanzanian slang maybe. Maybe.
So I was the first video. So I first came across your music, I think it was a few months ago. And it was the video I checked out was Why Am I So Beautiful?
Why Am I So Beautiful?
So I was already a fan before the new single came out.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
And I've added the new single to our Spotify playlist as well, which I'll put a link in the comments to that.
Yay!
You've got to follow Marianne Mandy on Spotify. There's also, you've got your own website out there. I'll just put that up on the screen as well for people who want to check that out. And you said Instagram earlier on as well. Is that your main thing? What's the best place for people to get into contact with you or check out
Instagram? I'm always on Instagram. I'm always doing fun polls. I'm always doing questions. I'm always doing mad stuff on my Instagram. So that's the best place to, if I want to announce anything fast, it's on my Instagram and then my Facebook second.
And you're on is it Songbird on Marianne _Mandy on Twitter. What's your Insta tag?
The same, Marianne _Mandy everywhere. Any social media, if you ever want to find me, same name everywhere.
That's how you do it. I'll put it up on the screen in case anyone wants to do that just now. That'd be great. So, okay, so yeah, how would you describe? I think on your website you describe the music you make as Afro pop or Afro Soul. Is
Afro Soul?
Yes, Afro Soul.
I don't. You know something funny. I don't even know why I say Afro Soul, and I have to stop saying that because I consider myself an artist, and I write for other artists, and other artists, when they come to me, it's different genres. That was a whole reggae song right there. So I do everything. I think it just felt, I wrote that bio years ago, and I think maybe it just feels more appealing to say Afro Soul music. But it's what I wish I could. I was writing more, but I don't really, to be honest.
Just right.
Yeah.
Well, so you just want. Well, I mean, to be honest, it is a good way of doing it, because if you just say I make everything, then it's
at the same.
It's
Exactly.
like, you know, if you're having a conversation with someone, you go, "What kind of music do you like?" And they just say a bit of everything. And it sort of ends the conversation, doesn't it? It's like, all right, I bet you I can play you something that you don't like, kind of thing. But yeah. We've want to play the video for Why Am I So Beautiful? It's so well done. And could you tell us about the process of filming this video?
Why Am I So Beautiful? The video was my first music video. For a long time in my life, I used to be so against doing videos, and my rebellion for my rebellion for music videos was that I felt when I was younger, we just used to listen to music through the radio, and it gave us time to focus on the message the artist was trying to put out. Are they a good singer? Are they a good vocalist? Do I even like the song to begin with, you know? And the older I grew and there was this rave about music videos, I've come to realize that people really hype a musician for good visuals. And I listen to the song and I'm like, I really don't like this song. And this, first of all, this person has a horrible voice. Their song is pathetic. But we are all just hyping them up because they have a good creative music video and
a big budget.
Sit right with me.
They've spent like £200,000 on a video, so they've got excellent lighting and fancy cameras.
Exactly.
And that's the kind of stuff that goes viral. Yeah, it's really interesting. I suppose, because obviously I grew up and it was music videos were kind of part of the thing, but I like the idea of what you're saying about listening to a song for the song alone. I suppose it's kind of like reading a book and you imagine the scenes. So with a song, you're listening to the song and you're it's putting all sorts of pictures in your head and you're imagining it.
Yes. And my what happened to me that made me like think maybe I could do this is I realized that even if I don't like this number of songs they have good videos, but the songs don't resonate with me, I realized that the real artists were the people behind the visuals. They're the ones who should be getting all the praise. Whoever who came up with a script, whoever put the set together, whoever designed the set, whoever edited the video, that's the real artist. And it all goes back to me, like I mentioned earlier when we started, is I fall in love with other people's art. And I had that song, I'd already released Why Am I So Beautiful and just online posted. And an artist I really admire out of nowhere reached out to me in my DMs and said, look, I really love this song. I want to shoot a video for it with you. And it took a lot of trust. And we sat together, wrote a script. We did a lot of conversation. I was explaining to her about my inspiration behind the song, which is also very, very important to me. The messages behind my songs are a big part of my music. I really don't like writing empty music. And so the visuals have to translate my message. And we ended up just doing that. It was a tight budget, but we pulled it off.
No, it looks absolutely amazing. Also,
Thank
just before I play the video, a wee shout out to everyone. I know there's people watching just now on Facebook, Twitch and Twitter. To watch the rest of the show, you need to get the bus to YouTube. So I've put the link in the comments. So if you're already on YouTube, then you don't need to do anything. But if you're on Twitch, Twitter or Facebook, click the link and get the bus to YouTube to watch the rest of the show. And this video is amazing. We're just about to check that out just now. So, and this is all this is on Spotify as well as YouTube. So yeah, okay, cool. So this is Why Am I So Beautiful? Let us know in the comments what you think of it. I think it's a fantastic video, and the song is brilliant as well. Check it out.
Kuna mtu na kio amebeba kwa kiondo, anasema ni jenjo, nijione kwa machoyo. Nikamfuata kibandani, akaufichua siri, nikauona uakisi, nikauona mara ya pili. Malaika yakainuka na siwezi nikaamini, siamini huyu ni mimi, kupumua misiwezi, akia nani. Mayo, 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 mayo. Omakodoga, binyalo ye, omakodoga. Ne ajaber, omakodoga. Binyalo ye, omakodoga. Ne ajaber. Oh Lord, why am I so beautiful? So beautiful. Beauty so plentiful. They can't breathe when I'm passing through, so they tell me to be merciful. Oh Lord, why am I so beautiful? Oh Lord, why am I so beautiful? Beautiful. Why am I so beautiful?
If you don't really know what's going on, there's a show that also doesn't know what's going on. Call that radio TV. You call that radio. Call that radio TV. You call that radio TV.
Stuff. Love that so much. We're live with Marianne Mandy. We just seen the Why Am I So Beautiful video, and let's see what did you think of that, guys that are tuned in. Let us know. I watched this video last night. I love the song and the video, says
Oh,
Petra.
thank you.
And she's got all the love heart eyes.
Oh,
as well.
mwah. Thank you.
Ali says, I love the spaceness of the backing vocals. Yeah,
Thank
I agree.
you.
'Cause it's
Ali is
like-
full of good compliments.
Yes, Ali's brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you,
Um,
Ali.
Yeah, because it's like, because obviously there's like this, I don't know if spaceness is the right word, but just the simple elements to it. Because there can be a temptation to add lots of extra different bits, and then you ruin the heart of the song.
Yeah.
And what you've just
Yeah.
got there is perfect as it is.
Thank
Danny is in the house. He says beautiful tune. James
Thank you,
Stewart
Danny.
says beautiful vocals.
Thank you, James.
Mary says so joyful, a celebration of beauty.
Thank you.
Jay Lee says love that, mind blowing stuff. Big up Marianne Mandy.
Oh, thank you.
Simply superb, lovely coming through my speakers. So well done to Mark for plugging in the good speakers. We are honoured. That was beautiful, says Angela. Will we see you at Knockengorrick, says James Stewart. Well, now
What's that?
Knockengorrick is an amazing festival. It's not far from where you are, actually. It's Dumfries and Galloway, not Ayrshire. But it's only maybe, I don't know, a 20-minute drive from Ayr or something like that. It's normally held in May, but because of lockdown, they've moved it to September. And do you know what? If Knockengorrick's going ahead this year, I know that they might have, right now, they obviously booked their acts last May, and then they moved it to September, and then they've moved it. So everything's confusing just now. But I know for a fact, Knockengorrick is a festival. It's called the Knockengorrick World Ceilidh. So they celebrate music from all around the world. So I think that they would be very interested in what you do. I'll definitely be sending your music on to them. They're a lovely festival. It's great fun.
I'll check that out, actually. Let me just put a note.
Yeah, it's called Knocky for short, but because Knockengorrick's not the easiest to say. But Knockengorrick. And we've got, yes, I meant that as I didn't distract from the main voice. Yeah, absolutely, Ali. I totally agree. Some good mixing in there. Colette saying, such a braw voice and bonny lass tea. Love Baby Doll.
Oh, thank you.
And Greg saying, if you cannot play at Knock, it's worth going as a punter. Absolutely. I think you would have a great time there. And I think that just because, like, for
What does
example,
that even mean? What did she say? You have to teach me all these.
Oh no, tell
all
me.
these
No,
Black
I'm happy to translate from Glaswegian to Swahili to the best I can. So a few people speak Swahili after a few swallies, but yeah, basically, a punter means a gig goer, someone who goes to the gig as an audience member.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Yes, you should
That
just
would be
go
fun.
for the. I think you would love the music there. It's a really nice mix of Scottish traditional music plus music from all over the world, and there's some rock music there. There's some lots of reggae, lots of dance music like techno, just a bit of everything, and it's just a lovely atmosphere. It's probably the last festival in the world where nobody has their mobile phones out. You know, it's probably because there's no reception because you're right in the house, but you don't see anyone with their phones out. So that's why you never really see any photographic evidence of being there.
True. I like that. I'll take a look into that, and hopefully I can attend.
And but it might just be too short notice, but I'll send them a message because I think what you do is exactly what they want to have at their festival as well. There's some amazing festivals. I know the Kilburn Garden Party is another good one, and that's also in your area. It's in Largs. I don't know if you've been to Largs yet.
I think so. I've been to many places I don't remember. I think I've been to Lagos. Is it the beautiful place with many boats?
Yes, there is many boats. There is many boats in Largs. Yep, it's 100%.
I think I've been to that place.
Yeah, I think you would be because it's one of the sort of main bits there. Sure, you've got Largs. Have you been to Saltcoats?
I don't know.
It's
I've
like
passed it. I've passed it while I was on the train. Does that
Yes, like-
count?
yes, that counts. Absolutely, 100% counts. Yeah, you're probably better just staying on the train, to be honest. No offence, no offence, of course. I don't want this show just to be turn into me asking you if you've been to parts of Ayrshire. You know, have you been to Kilmarnock? Have you been to Prestwick? Have you been to Troon? But yeah, what about Glasgow? Have you been to Glasgow?
Yeah. Yes, of course. I was in Glasgow today.
You were in Glasgow today? Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
What was the vibe in Glasgow today?
There was so many people, and people in Scotland are drinking in the morning. In the morning, what's going on here?
That's just the Scottish
I
way.
wasn't.
People have always been drinking in the morning. It's just that because the beer gardens are open, it's everyone in Scotland really likes to go out drinking, and now there's been no pubs open for over a year.
Yeah.
And you can't drink inside. So now you've got all these inverted commas beer gardens open, which is usually just a deck chair in a street with a pint of tenants. But yeah, so the people don't drink in the morning in Kenya. What time at night do people start drinking in Kenya?
First of all, Kenyans are ill-mannered, but they know that. But they drink from after 4 p.m. But it's normal to drink Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if you're drinking Monday to Sunday from morning, then you have a problem, maybe. I moved here and I was like, I kept asking, does that person have a problem? And then it looked like that was a norm over here. People would invite me, they'd say, oh, let's go for a wee drink. And then I'd be seated there for 4 hours thinking, I thought you said that we drink, like that looks like so many bottles. But I think
a wee drink just means drink until you pass out unconscious. That's a
it's
translation.
misleading. It's very misleading. I'll let you all know.
That's
very
misleading. Just the one. Do I go for one? That's another one. Do you want to go for one drink? And we've got. Never heard Largs described as beautiful. My school days may have soured my memories. Well, that's it, Paul. I think that because obviously in an environment like Ayrshire has lots of poverty, you know, there's lots of schemes and they go through lots of poverty. There's lots of drink, drugs, you know, a bit of gang fighting, a bit of petty crime. It's all there. So when you think of Ayrshire and you grow up in a place like that, you don't see it for its true beauty.
Mark, I'll say this. I'll say this. I've had that a lot from people in Scotland about they'll say, oh, there's a lot of poverty in Scotland. There's a lot of crime and all of that. But honestly, you could have it better, but I'd just like to say it could be worse. It could be worse. And from what I've seen, it sucks to say it like this, but be grateful, like you're not having it worse than this. That's
Absolutely.
all. I'll summarize it to that.
Well, I think so. I think everybody's hopefully, well, not everyone's going to do this, but hopefully a lot of people are just going to come out of lockdown and be grateful for all the small gifts that we have. Like, I went out for my first pint last week, and it was just good to finally be out again. And having a pint. Or like going for a meal. Just going for a meal. And that's something that you would maybe have taken for granted in the past that I certainly don't plan on doing again. So, and I think just going back to the point that maybe people that are from Ayrshire don't understand how beautiful it is because, you're growing up as a kid, you've just got... But when you leave the city, having lived in the city through lockdown, I'm very jealous of anyone who lives next to the sea or in the countryside, or because it's Glasgow. My favourite thing about Glasgow is the live music scene, which has just not existed for a year. So I'm going to be grateful for. I would go to Largs. Have you been to Kilburn Castle yet?
No, I want to. I have it in a checklist about places I should visit, and I'm looking forward to that. Is it open yet?
It's I don't know. I think it's open. Yeah, I think
When it's open, I'll definitely be going. But I haven't been to it yet.
it's
Sadly.
it's a beautiful. It's got a psychedelic castle. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of it yet.
I've seen the pictures of it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I
Yes,
can't wait.
psychedelic castle, and they do an amazing festival once a year. And what makes it a bit different to normal festivals is you can go a walk down the there's just waterfalls everywhere. There's just secret little stages everywhere. It's an amazing place, and I believe that they are open because I seen that they were advertising for glamping. So I think you can actually go glamping, which is kind of sort of fancy camping. at
Yeah.
Melbourne as of now. So if you get lucky with the weather, then I would definitely recommend it. We've got,
Okay.
I think Ali, James, and Mary are all laughing at your misleading "we drink" comment. Yes, we should be grateful, Marianne. Thank you for reminding us. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Greg says, Ayrshire, where men are men and sheep are nervous. And Lou says, the live music scene is coming back soon, though. Yep, it is indeed. And
I can't wait. I can't wait.
this time 2 years ago, I was eagerly awaiting Gyro Babies to take the stage in the garage. Yes, that was exactly 2 years ago today. My band were playing with another band called Mickey Nines, and we were on stage to a sold-out garage. It was an amazing, amazing night, and I miss it so much. So what I'm going to do because we've been saying to everyone who's been supporting the show that we're going to need to do a wee get-together and real live show. So I'm going to look at how things open up on Monday, but let's just get a wee gig on the go. End of May, start of June, and we'll just get some seats, get a venue, and do some. Maybe we'll do a live interview, acoustic acts,
That would be
maybe
fun.
some hip-hop, some poetry, and just do something kind of sort of low level. A wee drink, just a wee drink.
A wee drink.
Right, a wee drink.
I now know what that means. It doesn't mean what I thought it meant. So
Yeah, well, it will be. I'm sure there'll be a few drinks. But just like nothing too mental. That's another thing in Scotland. Nothing too mental. That's
means also another misleading.
Yeah, that just means that there's no nightclub. That's all that means. Nothing too mental means you drink until the pub shuts and then you go to someone else's
But
house for a drink.
people usually say nothing too mental, and then you get there and it's
boom, 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 techno.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. We're going to play one of your tunes just now. Should we go for Speaking in Tongues or the Flyest Girl in Nairobi?
Depends. Do you want something upbeat or something? The Flyest Girl in Nairobi. I think you'd like that one.
Let's go. It's an amazing tune. I was listening to it earlier on, and you didn't know that there was lyrics. You were just like, it's only audio, and I was like, no, there's definitely
I didn't
lyrics.
know.
And
I didn't know.
and you think that someone's typed up the lyrics because it's quite accurate. So
I'm actually the one who typed it in,
you
but I
typed
forgot.
up. All right, you just forgot. Right, okay, I'll get that right. So these lyrics will be quite accurate. This is an absolute amazing tune. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Nini mpenzi, I see the way she looks at you and I lose my mind. It drives me crazy to hear you talk about her, baby. Now I see why. Ooh, sauti yake anapoongea, akisonga na akitembea ni kama ndege. Sauti yake anapoongea, akisonga na akitembea ni kama ndege. She is the flyest girl in Nairobi, na nina wivu. not human now. Yeah. She's a bubble of character. Akipatwa hawezi akaachwa. Kwake baby ni kama umedata. But I cry, pick me please. Sauti yake anapoongea, akisonga na akitembea ni kama ndege. Sauti yake anapoongea, akisonga na akitembea ni kama ndege. She is the flyest girl in Nairobi. Na nina wivu. She is the flyest girl in Nairobi. Na nina wivu. Hey, hey, hey. She is the flyest girl in Nairobi. Na nina wivu. She is the flyest girl in Nairobi. Na nina wivu. Nina wivu. Nina wivu. Nina wivu.
Brothers and sisters.
Is that you, Daniel? Are you before me?
Call that radio.
You call that radio.
Hello, yes, this is Dog.
As you call that radio TV, we're absolutely honoured to have Marianne Mandy on the show tonight. And yeah, what another amazing song. Lots of lovely comments coming in. We got Fly Girl, says James Stewart. Excellent, says Greg. Brilliant stuff, says Lou. Very nice indeed, says Christine.
Thank you.
Big up. You call that radio. This is the content we love to see. Thank you, Angie. Angie also said, I'd forgot how much I love this song.
Oh.
Cool vibes, says Petra. We'll be definitely listening to more of your tracks, Marianne. You're some singer.
Oh,
Mark.
thank you. Thank you.
And G. Lee says, nice vibes. The vocals are perfect. Kind of reminds me of Rima and Thames type stuff. Amazing music.
Ooh.
And what was that? And Paul says, Glasgow, where a is a plural. So I think going back to the a wee drink, a wee drink.
Oh, yeah.
Lou says she'll be there for a wee drink and a great night. G. says he'll be there for as well. That'd be cool. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I think that the fact that you've not played the tune, a gig yet, Marianne, I think we need to sort that out. So we'll make it happen. We'll just make it happen.
Gig. Just
get it done. If I remember how to put a gig on. But I think it'll be all right. So yeah, one thing I was going to ask you about is, have you got a favourite Scottish word that you've learned since you've came over here?
That's a good question. As like some of them are not even English. My partner taught me to say, "It's all one."
It's all one. It's all one. It's all one.
Where is that coming from? Is that even English?
Yeah, it's very difficult to explain what that means. Look, it's all one. It doesn't matter. It means it doesn't matter. It's all one. It is what it is. Yeah, it's a good one.
I like that one.
Jordan is actually just commented. Jordan saying, oh, where is it? The flyest girl in the Nairobi indeed. P.S. She's been to Lochdown Castle, and that's just over a wee hill from Knockengorrick. Rescued a baby seagull and done some wild Scottish camping pre-lockdown.
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah, we did.
You say you rescued a baby seagull?
We did. I didn't want to touch it. I was like, I don't like touching. See, I hate slimy things. And I'm afraid of things that can move faster than me scare me. And there was this baby seagull, and we were on a boat in the loch, and it was on the water, and it was all wet and slimy, and it was trying to survive. And Jordan was like, "Save it," because I was closer to it, and I really didn't want to touch it. But I saved it. But I wouldn't. It should have been. It was scary though. I don't. But I remember that. I remember being at that place because of that moment.
Round of
Saving
applause for saving the baby. Got to get a round of applause for that. Yeah, and so you have been so over the hill from where you saved the baby seagull. That's where Knockingorrick is, according to Jordan. So that's where it is. What about Scottish food? What's what do you make of the cuisine?
It's pretty okay. I like. Is there a specific Scottish food? Because I like the style of mashed potatoes and turkey and
mince and tatties.
Gravy.
Mince and tatties.
And gravy.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've seen commonly around. Unless I'm forgetting something specific.
No, I mean it's mince and tatties. Salmon.
I think
I suppose we got. Apparently, we do have good salmon comparatively with other places. There's haggis. Haggis. Have you tried the haggis yet?
Yeah, I tried it once, but you see, let me tell you something. I like to call it a partial vegan, and so I was just experimenting on food culture, and I was told what haggis was. I don't remember what it is right now, but I just remember I didn't like the thought of eating that later.
Yeah. It's obviously.
But it tasted nice. But after finding out what it was, I was like, no.
Yeah. We've got Scottish food like pizzas and kebabs, etc. Well, that is the Scottish diet, isn't it? It's like deep fried pizza, kebabs. Yeah, I suppose we're very lucky in Glasgow because obviously we've got in Glasgow it's very multicultural takeaways and restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so we've got.
I think that's also what makes it hard to place a finger on what exactly is.
What is Scottish food? It's a it's mostly iron brewing, whiskey.
Oh, I love iron brew. That's the best tasting soft drink in the world. I'll say that hands down. I keep saying that when I moved here and I was like, what is this? And everyone say that it's been around for a while, and I was like, how come I've never heard of this? It tastes amazing. And it's the best tasting thing ever.
Have you tried any of the African cafes in Glasgow yet? I know.
Yeah.
The Calabash.
African Calabash. Oh, I love. A Kenyan owns that place.
All right, because I've eaten there a few times. I really love it.
I've eaten there.
Is it quite authentic? Would you say it's quite authentic?
Yeah, it's and something about the African Calabash. What they've done with the interior. I know it might look really flat to someone else or shabby, or whatever, but it really does. Anytime I enter that place, it really does remind me of a random food place that I'd enter back home in Kenya.
Amazing.
And I think that's intentional, and it's just it's on point.
Great. What would you recommend I get from it? Because I've tried a few different things and I've enjoyed it all, but is there a dish that I should go for?
I like that they have these wings. That peri wings, it's amazing. Order these together. Order ugali, kachumbari, and
ugali, is ugali like the kind of rice potato-y thing?
No, ugali is like maize flour, and it's
that's what I mean. I thought it looked like potato, but
it looks like
but it's not. Yeah,
that one.
So get the wings, get that, and then.
And kachumbari, just eat the three of them as that combo from the African.
Sorry, what was that third one? Kachumbari.
Kachumbari. See, the African Calabash should run me my money. I'm out here doing ads.
Well, get a sponsorship deal. Let's get a sponsorship deal. I'll happily sponsor them for some wings. No problem at all. We've got Rowan Square, Rowan Square with Iron Brew. That's probably it. But I think in Ayrshire it'll probably be called something different. It might be Rowan Slice or a Rowan Square sausage. It's controversial what you call a Rowan Square, depending on where you are in Scotland.
Oh,
Fanta Orange, says Angie. So is it? I think Angie's
Fanta Orange. I don't like
Fanta
Orange.
Yeah, Iron Brew's better than Fanta Orange. You heard it here first.
Iron Brew is better than Fanta Orange. I'm telling you. Where is Iron Brew from? It's
Scotland.
Scottish, isn't it? It's very good.
We're very proud of it. We're very proud of it. Up until about 2 years ago, Iron Brew in Scotland and Russia were the only countries in the world where Coca-Cola was not the number one drinks. So everywhere else in the world, number one is Coca-Cola. And apart from Scotland and Russia, because I think Russia, it's illegal to sell Coca-Cola or something in there. So we were really proud of that. But Iron Brew kind of messed around with the formula. They messed around with the taste a bit. So I think they lost a few fans for that. But they have brought back the 90s.
See, I wouldn't know. In my first taste, I was like, what? This is...
It's good. It is good. It's still good.
I
went in the huff with them because they stopped doing glass checks. Now, what that is that you used to get it in a glass bottle, and when you took it back to the shop, you get 30 pence. So when I was unemployed, I would have all my glass checks like a check in glass, and I'd have save up maybe 30 bottles, and I would take it back, and I would get or tobacco, or beer, but when I had a savings account, and then they stopped doing that, so you can't get money back for your bottles anymore, which I think is quite short-sighted, because obviously in this world where we're trying to recycle more, we're trying to upcycle more.
I was about to ask whether it was a recycling move.
I don't know why that. I don't think it was. I think they just did it so that they could get their bottles back. But I don't think if they cared about the environment, they would still have it on. And we've got Greg's got a very good question. Has Marianne experienced Scotland's other national drink, Buckfast?
Oh my God, not the Buckfast. Yeah, when someone says that's your national drink, that's true. If you're not Scottish and you're listening to this, they're not lying. The alcoholic drink it's their national.
What did you make of Buckfast? I mean, Buckfast isn't even made in Scotland. We just adopted it as a national drink. It's apparently made by monks down south, but I don't think that there's any monks involved anymore. But we've adopted it as a national drink. What was your feeling when you drank Buckfast?
I think
how would you describe it in one word?
Bitter.
We've got. Does Mandy like the Iron Brew adverts? Have you seen any Iron Brew adverts?
No, not yet.
No.
Maybe now I'll start getting Iron Brew ads, because my gadgets might be listening to me, and then they'll sync and give me the ads. I don't know how they do it. You talk about something and you get an ad.
Yeah, or you think about something, then it appears on the screen. Who knows what they're doing these days?
The thinking always leaves me flabbergasted.
We've got Ali saying tonight's banter is hilarious. Paul says Fanta Orange was invented in Nazi Germany, so Iron Brew all the way.
All the way. Oh,
good stuff. It's made from girders. Hector Spector, the bottle collector. It's made from girders. That's what they say. It's made from. It's either square or long. Call it flat sausage or slice, and you'll get your arse handed to you. It's not all one when it comes to names for sausage. It's not all one. It's not all one when it comes to names for sausage. It's a rolling. I wouldn't call it a flat sausage, but a rolling slice is acceptable in Ayrshire. Anyway, what about Mad Dog though? Have you had these questions? This is the typical questions that everyone asks anyone who comes on. Have you tried Mad Dog 2020?
I think I haven't, but I think I was asked all these questions when I first moved to Scotland. Everyone is like, "Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Have you been to this?"
Sorry, we've got no original questions. We've all got the same questions.
It's okay.
But yeah, so I think what we're going to do is just wrap up just now. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you just tonight. We're going to give you a wee shout out again.
It's been a pleasure, Matt.
Please check out Marianne's website, mariannemandy.com, or
Yes.
go to Instagram or Twitter. It's Marianne_Mandy to give her a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Also on Facebook as well. So give her a like and let's try and we want to give you a big welcome to Scotland, and everyone that's so far heard your music's loving it, and I can just see everyone's going to absolutely love it, especially when the live gigs come back. So we're excited for that. We're going to end with I think we'll end with the Speaking in Tongues tune. So I just want to give us a little introduction to that.
Speaking in Tongues was a song in my debut album. As the name suggests, I speak in tongues. I speak in, I don't know how many languages in the song. And it's a song, the original idea of the song was I was sketching it. So I had all these melodies in mind and I didn't come up with a verse chorus structure. And my producer said, you're approaching your deadline. And I was just like, just edit it like that. And that's what we came up with.
Could you say you call that radio in Swahili?
Oh, unaita hiyo radio. Radio. Actually, in Swahili, radio is radio. Unaita hiyo radio.
Brilliant. I'm going to snip that. That's amazing. Thank you very much. On Spotify too. Yes. Get Marianne Mandy on Spotify. Get the followers up on there. Great show. Another class act. And so cheery.
Thank you.
Happy. And Jay Lee says, cheers for your time, troops. Mark, I hope that's not Fanta Orange in that glass. No, this is a diluting juice, just diluting juice for me tonight. No national drink for me, I'm afraid. Great show tonight, says Mark McInnes. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. We might be back tomorrow, actually. There might be a show tomorrow. I'm trying to book someone very famous that you will all love. It's just about confirmed, but if it's not going to be tomorrow, it'll be next week. But we're back on Thursday, definitely, for My First Lyrics, where we're going to get a whole bunch of musicians and poets to share their embarrassing first ever lyrics, the first songs they ever wrote. So
oh my God.
So it'll be a regular show, so we'll get you on another time, Marianne, if you're up for sharing.
I'm up. I love this show. I love your listeners are so fun and funny.
They're a good bunch. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Thanks to everyone who supports the show on Patreon as well. This show would not exist without you. This is the last song. Please support Marianne Mandy, and we'll maybe see her live at You Call That Radio show soon. This is Speaking in Tongues. Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, je m'appelle Marianne. Where you from and where you going? Jina lako ni nani? Umetoka pande gani? I bet you never had a girl serenade you like this before. I bet you never had a girl serenade you like this before. Asaingona, ahero kakai bonjo, omera ya wateramos, nikikuona ukipita, roho yangu inadunda, sitaweza kujikinga, kutoka kwa mishale ya mapenzi. Hey, I can tell you the man from my dream. Kuona kwenye ndoto, deep inside me you light up a flame. Nikuta waka moto. You got me breathless. You got me speaking in tongues. Unanichanganyisha babe, ukiwa wangu siezi stray. Tafadhali usidelay, kunipa jibu don't be late. I can tell you're in love with the cocoa. I've got time, we can talk about your motto. I don't mind your small money jobo. I'm a rich girl, we won't have to borrow. I don't mean to brag, lakini mi waga on demand, baby. Saki kukurash, but mi siwezi nikarelax. Nikikuona mi najua, na nishachukua hatua. Juu mi na we tunafaa milele.
Yeah, enough respect in every aspect to the man like Mark. I love what the man talk on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, call that the radio. You call that radio, call that the radio. Come and say, in my name, I'll just go with the flow. In my name, I'll just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio. You call that radio. Come and say, don't you be an head, man, I'll go lose your head. Say, don't you be an head, me say, I'll lose the head, me say, radio. Call that a radio. Straight from out of Glasgow. Straight from out of Glasgow, nice enough on the studio. Come and say, in my name, I'll just go with the flow. In my name, I'll just go with the flow. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. No radio. You call that the radio. Them man I give you miss a lot of subject, and them I think a man you can't object. So don't you ever come and disrespect. I love and respect in a every aspect.